Good morning, everyone. This is our 7 a.m. update for our winter storm for January 19th, 2024. Well, we're starting to see snow break out over parts of New Jersey, especially over southern New Jersey and up to central New Jersey. Not yet northern New Jersey. We're still battling some of that dry air back towards the New York City metro with winds coming in from the northeast, temperatures around the upper 20s to lower 30s. As you head towards northeastern Pennsylvania, say around Mount Pocono, we have light snow being reported, so I expect this to really start to fill in over the next 60 minutes. I said 90 minutes last time. We're getting closer and closer to that filling in. And again, this is why in this area, we're not expecting a lot of snow here, just about 1 to 2 inches, 3 inches at most because of the high snow ratio with it being cold out at the mid levels. Down towards central New Jersey, around Trenton, we're starting to get light snow, starting to get some flurries out here around Freehold, starting to take shape. Down towards Philadelphia, we have moderate snowfall, light to moderate snowfall. I saw some images from social media, and we already have a nice little burst and a nice coating of snow on the ground in those locations around Philadelphia and southwestern New Jersey. We're seeing light snow here in Millville and even Wildwood. Now, temperatures have fallen. Remember, last hour, let's go back to the last hour. We're at 36 degrees at 6:30. Let's go back to 6 a.m. We were at 38 degrees at 5:45, and now at 7 a.m. we are back to 33 degrees in snow. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to accumulation on the immediate Jersey Shore. Some locations have that east wind, which is not a good sign if you're on the immediate coast, because that's going to transport warmer air right from the ocean. But we'll see exactly how this plays out, where we have that 1 to 4 inch ratio. That should be a very tight gradient. So in the meantime, we're seeing that snow developing, and what we're going to be watching here, and I shifted us to the southern Mid-Atlantic so we get a good idea and focus from central New Jersey down through Maryland here. Already, we're starting to see frontogenesis taking shape here at 9 to 25 millibars. Now, we're a couple hours out from really getting this storm rocking and rolling and producing moderate to heavy snowfall. And what we're going to be watching for is the evolution of the frontogenesis here at 850 millibars. You're already starting to see some of that starting to take shape. And at 700 millibars, which really is in its infancy and really hasn't taken shape much at all. And part of that is based on the jet streak evolution, which is now right about on time, right around the Tennessee River Valley. Will reach the mid-Atlantic coast by this afternoon. That's going to really enhance the lifting, and you're going to see enhanced snowfall on the radar. You're going to see a nice blossoming of that snowfall developing throughout the region as that reaches the area. And the other factor here is the strong shortwave, which is right here. As this approaches about the same time as the jet streak, with all this frontogenesis going on, you're going to see bands of very heavy snow taking shape somewhere between southern Monmouth, northern Ocean County of New Jersey, back through the Philadelphia metro, throughout all southern New Jersey, the Delmarva Peninsula, back through Maryland. It's going to be very, very tricky. And you guys haven't seen this in quite some time, so use some caution when driving. Again, on the radar, you can already see some of that lighter snow already taking shape. It's just a matter of time of eating away some of that dry air that is in place over the region, which is basically this area right here that is trying to inhibit snowfall right now. That's not expected to last much longer. And then when we take a look at the latest HRR, again, right around 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m., you're going to get this intense band of snowfall taking shape here. This is moderate snow, and this is very, very heavy snow, right on the top of the scale here. When you take a look at the scale in terms of snowfall here, when you start getting into these dark colors, that's like getting up into this area here with rainfall. So that's some pretty impressive signatures here showing up with the latest HRR guidance. You're talking about 1 to 2 inch snowfall rates if you get this type of scenario taking shape, and still a half an inch to an inch around here per hour. With moderate snowfall in Philadelphia back through central New Jersey. So certainly some very impressive snow banding. One thing I will say with the model guidance is that Mile guidance is great, but you really, really want to keep an eye on the radar later on to see where those bands set up. Because when it comes to mesoscale forecasting, just looking at mile guidance and not paying attention to the observations can really leave you blind. It's the same thing with thunderstorms or any other type of mesoscale scenario. So you really want to keep an eye on that and see how that evolves. Again, going forecast, New York City, this is not a big deal. 1 to 3 inches of very fluffy snow, and it's going to take all day for it to accumulate. Down towards northern Monmouth County, just north of Trenton, between Trenton and Princeton, back through Reading, off towards Lancaster and York. That's where you're going to have your 2 to 5 inch range. Then as you head further south, 4 or 5 inches if you're out of the heavy bands, up to 8 inches if you're in the bands. Simple forecast, simple as that. If you get hit with one of these bands, you're going to know it because the visibility is going to drop like a rock. So do yourself a favor, stay home, have a nice hot cocoa, and just relax because you do not want to be caught out in these bands. Going right around the immediate coast here, this is where you're going to get your 1 to 4 inches. And then again, anywhere around these heavy bands, you're going to get subsidence. And that's why we are ranging with that 2 to 5 inch level. If you don't get subsidence, 4 inches. If you do get subsidence that's sinking air, 2 inches. That is the latest update at 7 a.m. And as always, stay safe out there.